Ice arenas can be a hub for recreation and community gatherings. While arenas are essential for sports and leisure, they also pose unique risks to indoor air quality. The use of ice resurfacing equipment, coupled with limited ventilation in these enclosed spaces, can lead to elevated levels of harmful pollutants like carbon monoxide and nitrogen dioxide, posing potential health risks to athletes, staff, and spectators. Public health inspectors play a critical role in conducting inspections to protect the public's health. At Conestoga College, the Bachelor of Environmental Public Health program equips future public health professionals with the knowledge and skills to tackle these challenges head-on. Today, we'll explore the importance of managing indoor air quality in these unique environments and hear from experts on the best practices and solutions.
So we've gone through an evolution of what we'll refer to as fossil fuels in the ice resurfacer industry. Ultimately, we started off, believe it or not, with diesel and gasoline. Most of these rec facilities or ice rinks were open barn facilities, and as the community became more progressive, they would put walls on them, and it was more for comfort than it was for anything else to keep the wind in play. Ultimately, we started with diesel and gasoline, and then in the energy crisis of 1980, we started to tighten these buildings up, and we weren't exhausting the fumes. And so what was happening is that we were putting whole hockey teams into the medical system because of poisonings inside the facility, and carbon monoxide became the big problem inside of recreation facilities. So when we moved to propane and natural gas, the primary leftover toxin of exhaust is actually nitrogen dioxide, and it ultimately gets into the body and it doesn't purge naturally. The big problem with nitrogen dioxide is, like I said earlier, it could take up to 72 hours before the effects show up. What will happen is that an individual will believe that they're getting a cold or they're getting a flu because of the way that they feel, but in reality it could be the impact of high concentrations of that toxin. Common denominator that happens anytime there's an indoor air quality problem is that every facility manager will always say, "We never had this problem before," and it seems to always creep up on them. And that's a combination of not maintaining the equipment or aged equipment that is just not functioning as it was originally designed, or changes inside the building that all of a sudden there is a change in concentrations because of what's happened inside the building, and then there's created a bigger problem. Well, the best thing that the operational staff can have is an actual plan in place where they're monitoring indoor air quality. One of the biggest problems we've got inside the business is that people believe that they don't have an indoor air quality problem because they haven't experienced it. And depending on what's going on inside the building, it may be immediate that the health effects may come into play, but again, depending on what is happening inside the building, what fossil fuels are being burnt, sometimes it can take up to 72 hours before the impact of poor indoor air quality inside a recreation facility can be felt. So the relationship between the operational and the managerial staff of a recreation facility is one of trust.
It provides the operator an opportunity to conduct a risk assessment of how well the ice arena has incorporated best practices of improving indoor air quality into their standard operating procedures. Because they should have policies and procedures that has a multi-layered approach to maintaining the air pollutants at a level as low as possible that protects both the staff of the arena and their users. So I begin by conducting air quality tests, and I would do that before, during, and after an ice resurfacing or flooding of the ice, and that would be for each ice pad in the facility. And while the ice is being flooded or resurfaced, I check that the ventilation system, like the exhaust fans and the makeup louvers are turned on and working. That ventilation system is really important because it allows for the air pollutants to be exhausted out of the building and for fresh air to come into the building. I would also then take air quality tests in the spectator area because that's where a lot of people spend a lot of time when they're watching hockey games and skating events. And this is especially important if the spectator area is equipped with fuel-powered radiant heaters. Then I would go on to ensuring that the ice arena is maintaining records and keeping them on site. And we're looking for records like ventilation, maintenance records, and that the ice resurfacer has a recent exhaust emissions test that has a certificate that it's passed. We also check their air quality monitoring practices. Do they have a continuous air monitoring system? Does it have a digital readout? Does it have an alarm? And what level is that alarm set to a sound? If they don't have a continuous air monitoring system, we would check that they have portable air quality monitoring equipment and how often they're using it, because it should be at a weekly basis at a minimum, and that they're maintaining logs of those measurements. So a public health inspector, you want to ensure that you're addressing any potential health hazards or elevated levels of air pollutants before you end the inspection. So first thing is to ask the operator to stop any ice resurfacing or flooding activities, so you're not reintroducing more pollutants into the air, and that you're ventilating. So increase the ventilation. You can do that by turning on the ventilation system, opening the gates around the ice pad, and opening exterior doors. And while that's happening, the public health inspector should continue to monitor air quality, ensure that the air pollutant levels are actually lowering to acceptable levels before the end of the inspection. I think it's building trust, that knowing that if there was a question, an uncertainty, that there's that comfort level of coming to the public health inspector to find solutions. Some things are not always black and white, and it's nice to have that trust with each other. Same thing goes with the public health inspector, that they may not have the answer right away, but they can work together towards a solution, and that the education is well received, and they can find practical ways to implement those best practices.
Public health inspectors are champions of community health, ensuring safe environments for everyone. From athletes and spectators to arena staff, their expertise in managing risks like indoor air quality is vital for preventing harm and promoting well-being. At Conestoga College, our Bachelor of Environmental Public Health program is taught by industry experts who bring real-world experience into the classroom. Through hands-on learning and mentorship from leaders in the field, you'll gain the knowledge and skills needed to tackle today's public health challenges. Learn more about our program and how you can join the ranks of dedicated public health inspectors across Canada.